Hello and welcome to another episode of Jeremy Cantor's Ohio Prospecting, and we're back at the virgin ground. And good news, I don't see any dead fish in this river, so I can get in this one, hopefully. So I just got to get my equipment set up back down here. It did flood a little bit. I've been watching the weather reports on the flow of the rivers and the creeks, and it came down enough to where I can actually get in here. Luckily, this claim didn't flood up like it normally does, because it'd be up there onto the tree line, about right there somewhere. That's where it normally floods up to. But we didn't get as much ice and snow as we normally do, so good for me. So let me get my stuff set up down in here. We're going to continue off where I left off at before the winter started. Back to the virgin ground. Okay, I'm just getting started, getting ready to do a test pan, and I seen all this black sand over here on the side of the bank. So I might do a test pan out of that real quick, and then I'm gonna test pan in and around here and try to relocate the straight line, which goes to right about where my finger is on that side to the inside of this turn. So if you follow a straight line straight across, somewhat, it's hard to do on a camera, and that's the straight line. So we're gonna test pan, try to find that, locate it. Once we locate it, we're gonna run a bunch of material through the high banker today. I brought my rock rake. I will show you guys that here in a minute after I do some test panning. So let me get to that. Okay, so over there where them rocks are that you see protruding out of the water right there, that's where the straight line is. I've even found my old channel. It's still there. The water kind of carved it out a little bit and made that rock pile up behind the back of it. Could be somebody's tailing pile, but it doesn't look like a tailing pile. Kind of looks like the rocks were all moved by the water, just the way that they're all laying in the water. And this is my modified rock rake. As you can see, I extended all the forks on it so it can get deep down in there and pull the gravel and the bigger rocks out of my way. So I'm just digging smaller gravel and sand. A lot easier to go through my high banker. Makes things a lot faster. So I will get you guys set up on that tripod up there after I go down here and clear a section of the rocks out of the way. All right, I'm gonna get you guys set up here on the tripod, and I'm gonna fire this back up. And I've already started digging over there just a little bit, just to get it all test ran and get everything running correctly. I'm not gonna do too much test panning today because I am a little worried about the water conditions because of the train wreck. I haven't seen any fish at all in this river, none. I thought I did see a minnow or two, but I'm not sure. It could have just been a twig or something. But I have not seen any fish, and it's unusual for this time of year because there's usually a lot of fish running up the river. And I haven't seen none. None whatsoever. So yeah, I'm a little weary about that. Yeah. So I'm not going to do too much test panning at all. I found my location that I want to dig in, and that's what I'm going to do for today, just because of the possible unsafe water conditions. Don't ban me for this, YouTube, please. I didn't do anything wrong. So yeah, let me get you guys set up on a tripod and watch me dig a little bit. Well, I'm digging over there. I'll change angles around. That's it. Seem to have found a bit of that dark clay over in this section. A lot of sand, gravel, and black muck. Well, I'll let you guys watch on a little bit. I done used my rake over there and got all the big gravel all the way, so it's mostly just sand and small gravel. Trying to punch through the flood and overburden layer and see what a bottom is at this point. So I want to see if it's 2 or 3 feet down. Whatever it is, I'm gonna dig it today. Or at least try. Normally I don't let them play on quiet like this. Normally I throw in a music skit like that. I'll try to get that. There's a chunk of clay. That chunk of clay. A lot of sand in it. Broke up real easy too. At this point I'm hoping stuff like that has captured any bit of gold on it. And some of these rocks that I've been washing off with the moss on them. That's one thing you always want to check is if you got tires laying in the creek, try cleaning out the tires. There might be some gold laying around in there. Try to find whatever clay you can, or if you got a bedrock bottom or a false bottom to work off of, that's great. Try to clean out those cracks if possible. Here, I got clay, and there's some big chunks of coal down there that I'm gonna grab. Huge piece of coal. It's like this big. But I got an idea for that. I wanna see if I can use that to do something. So, yeah, I'm gonna shut you guys off here for a minute and keep working. All right, so we're gonna walk on over here and look at the hole I've dug today, which is already starting to slough back in. Yeah, I dug a nice deep hole on this end of it, but I trenched it all the way over to this point where my finger is. So that was about 2 feet deep all the way to there. And I tried to punch it to 3.5 feet deep, but it keeps sloughing back in. But I'm gonna leave the hole this time. There's some fishers down there. Well, fishermen or whatever, but I think they're just kids spray painting under the bridge trying to look like they're fishing, because I haven't seen no fish in this river at all today. But I've seen the one kid going in and out of the bridge over there. underneath there and pointing over to the other guys. Hey, over here, look at this. So yeah, I'm gonna get my stuff cleaned up and get out of here before those guys get in trouble over there. So yeah, I'll be cleaned up. See you guys back at the house. Okay, so I'm back at the house, and yeah, before I get cleaning this up and running it through my cleanup sluice, which I won't bore you guys with that, maybe a little bit of it. If you're wondering what's in this bucket, well, here's all the coal that I collected. And you ask, why did he collect the coal for? Well, in the area that I live in, the only map gas I can get is Pro Map, which does not burn hot enough to smelt gold. As you can see, this is my first attempt, which did not go very well. Did not get hot enough to melt the gold at all. So what my plan is this time, I'm gonna go over to my property, and in the side of this one hill that I have back there, there's this clay wall where I'm gonna dig my own little kiln, where I'm gonna build a little fire in, get it hot enough to get this coal going. I'm also going to have a pipe in the bottom of that with an air fan pushing air in, which I have a little battery operated air fan that I can just hook up to a 12-volt battery. And we're going to try to get it hot enough the old-fashioned way. See if we can melt this little bit of gold and get a 0.5 gram button, which I added just a little smidge over a 0.5 gram into this. So we'll see, and that'll be on another video here if it works. So we'll see how that goes. Or if you guys want to see my attempt to try to smelt that down, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, oh yeah, shout out corner, Ron F, 9 Finger Mining, Skippy the Townie, Buffalo Chris, Indiana Creek Gold Prospecting, Lieutenant Inman, my old sticker, Secret Creek, and Robinson Prospecting, and also Dreamette. And if I haven't give you a shout out, here's a shout out. I didn't forget you. I just wanted to see if you noticed. Shout outs to Vedetta Prospecting. Yeah, his sticker's on here twice. How's it going, Mike? So I didn't get a whole lot out on this trip, but I did get some, and a bunch of little tiny stuff. Nice little chunky pieces and some real tiny micros. I'll go ahead and zoom it in here real quick. Yeah, there's some stuff floating around on the water in here, and I didn't get this cleaned up the best, but I will before I add it into my gold vial for the year, which I have 2 going now. I did have 3, but I added it into the 500 subscriber giveaway when I first started it. So now I only have the 2002 collection and the beginning of the 2023 collection. But it's all about the fun of it. That, and I love seeing gold in my pan. It doesn't matter if it's just a tiny bit or a lot. Kind of spoils me when I go on trips and then I see a whole bunch in a pan. But this is still pretty amazing for Ohio, seeing how we don't have the geography for gold, but thank God the climate and glacier depositing. When the ice age came through, it left me a little bit of gold to find. So if you like this episode, go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you out there on the next one. Later. Oh, and one more thing, one little disclaimer. Yeah, even though I am just a flour gold guy, and this is what I majorly find on my videos most of the time, is this smaller flour gold and chunky little flakes. There is the opportunity to find pickers and small nuggets and chunky big flakes in Ohio. And I've been invited to go to some of these claims, which I will be visiting over the period of the summer and doing a few collaboration videos with a few people. So stay tuned. This summer is going to look pretty dang awesome.